Hello and welcome back to MDG Media for the final 9 holes of the 2023 Copenhagen Open. We have a tight battle going on in the FPO division. My name is Elias Luukkonen and I am joined by Maxime Tanghe. How are you doing, Max?
All good, man. First 9 holes were pretty interesting and we are going to go, I think, 4 strokes between Kaidi and Eveliina. So yeah, can't wait to see how it's gonna finish.
Yeah, and the back 9 is gonna be scoreable, kind of similar to the front actually, score-wise. There are so many birdie opportunities, but also some opportunities to have some 2-stroke swings, hopefully, for the drama of the event. And as you can see by the scores, only 4 strokes separating the top 2 players, Eveliina and Kaidi. Kaidi did have a really significant lead at one point in the event. I believe it was up to 8 or 9 strokes. But we're starting off.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
Yeah, for sure. Hole 10 here, we're starting off on a short hole that is not too easy to park. There's this very late low ceiling that you have to navigate under, but if you hit the ground too early, there aren't too many skips on that grass. It's surprisingly thick for some reason.
Yeah, really special. No skips allowed by the grass, right side of the basket. Oh, this one was allowed too. Good drive. She will have 4 or 5 meters putt for the birdie.
Silva for a similar line, a little bit wider though. And she hasn't quite made it finish enough to the left. That's gonna be a tricky putt from about 15 out. Jenni a little bit high there. Let's see, Kaidi really wants to hit it a little bit higher, it seems, than the other players. This is a good play if she can get through the branches, but landing just on the edge of circle 1. There are gonna be some outside the circle putts here. Let's see, starting off with Jenni, just about 11 meters.
Almost. Just need to push it a little more. Good line though. Same for Silva.
Yeah, a little drop. Looked like the glide was just not enough, and same thing for Kaidi there. Everybody leaving their putts a little bit low, but Eveliina here to get a stroke, and that's not gonna be the case. She's gonna be frustrated with that miss. Had a chance to cut it down to only 3 strokes.
Yeah, almost for Eveliina. She needs to take those opportunities. She will have 8 left now. What do you think about this hole for the FPO field, Elias?
Well, I think like on paper it seems really easy, but we haven't really seen that many birdies on this hole. I think the late low ceiling is making it surprisingly tough.
Yeah, we were discussing it with Silva lad at the end of the tournament, and he was wondering why they didn't keep the MPO, T-pad for the FPO. It seems super short.
Yeah, I agree. I think kind of pushing that distance might also elevate the level in Europe. But moving on to hole number 11, another hole that doesn't require a lot of that distance. I think it's also a characteristic of this course. Very technical par 4. You have a triple mando that if you miss, you're going to a drop zone with a 1-stroke penalty. Really important of the tee to just hit it straight and hit it through the mando.
Wow. It was tight left side. Good ending. She'll have a look. She puts a bit of pressure on Kaidi's shoulder.
I think that one must have missed the mando there. Silva's gonna have to go to the drop zone. And from that drop zone, it's not really a possible par save. Same thing for Jenni, although she hit early, she's gonna be short of the man though. Still possible to get up and down for a par if she has a good shot from there.
Kaidi seems a bit off. Throwing wise. For a couple of holes, she needs to find a groove back.
Yeah, she had a really good start. I believe she was getting more birdies than pars even at the very start of the round. Kind of slowed down, got a couple of bogeys at the end of the front end, and this is gonna be at least a bogey from here. That's already the third shot, and while that's in good position, Eveliina's also in good position for the birdie.
Yeah, let's see if Eveliina is able to capitalize on this. It's a huge opportunity to take 1 or 2 strokes, depending on Kaidi's next shot.
And that's gonna be in the circle. Pretty well done. It's a pretty well protected green. A lot of single trees that you really have to pick a gap between. So from here, Kaidi going pretty wide, surprisingly. And that's in the circle. Should be no problem for the bogey.
And let's see, that's an important moment. Yes, sir. 3-4 meters, almost bullseye. Should be a 2-stroke swing.
And Silva here, well outside the circle. Pretty respectable effort, but not good enough to draw medal. Let's see Jenni here from in the circle, and that's a good putt for the bogey. Good composure to make it really a hole that you don't want to bogey, of course, as any hole, though a big part of the field is getting the bogey. 69% of the field bogeying this very short par 4.
Okay. It's getting more and more interesting, Elias.
Yeah, and in some ways that I wasn't really expecting. Like, I didn't think this was gonna be the hole where we get a 2-stroke swing this way just as quickly. But hole number 12, another shortish par 4, just 159 meters, this time very open. Really the only gap is off the tee. You have to hit the gap and fade a little bit left to open your angle for the next gap. You could call it a gap, but you can also go over the trees with an anhyzer or a forehand approaching this green. Really important on the approach to leave your shot in line with the basket or a little bit left. Eveliina gonna be well in line with the gap. Let's see if Jenni can do something similar. A little bit more overstability and speed on the disc, but perfect position on both of those, setting up for a soft turnover, or you can even go harder and over the trees if you wish.
And Kaidi needs to get back. She needs to find a way to birdie something. Needs to find the confidence.
Now I think that one is a little bit short of the corner, a little bit short to right, so Silva is gonna have a very steep angle for the anhyzer compared to the other 3 not having to put as much angle on the disc. This is kind of the line you want. Pushing a little bit left though. Fading out early.
Yeah, needed a bit more turn. Same for Silva. Bush left side. They probably have a look if they are not too deep inside.
Yeah, I think so. And another fade out here from Jenni. Pretty surprising to see all three in a row fading out that early. You know, it's even though the right side of the basket is the most risky, there are some good space, you know, in the circle still. As Eveliina has made it to 9 meters, that's a decent shot. Gonna be a tester putt from there.
Good approach, good control. And same good up from Silva. A bit more push again for Jenni, and that's important. Oh my. Early left there, ball. Come back here now, 4 meters. Ouch.
Ouch, yeah, that's a huge momentum swing after getting 2 strokes in the last hole. Now she's giving 2 strokes away from what she could have had on this one. And Kaidi, even with a par, she's gonna be taking a stroke on this hole. That's gonna be really tough to come back from for Eveliina.
Yeah, exactly. That can be tough mentally. She was about to be 1 stroke away. She's now 3 with 6 holes to go.
Moving on to one of the shortest holes on the course. Hole number 13, only 75 meters. This hole is really simple if you have a short range accurate forehand. But if you don't, you have to throw some sort of a backhand flip up, maybe putter, slight turnover. And if you do that, then the gap is getting much tighter with a slight low ceiling. So a really huge forehand advantage, especially with the road on the left side being OB.
Yeah, really short par 3, but really interesting. And I love the backhand play. Need to have the control. Oops. Barely makes it inside. Good drive from Jenni. Good control, I like it.
Yeah, even that drive having incredible control, still almost sliding to the left side OB. And Kaidi there also a good looking shot, but just that low ceiling making her keep the shot very low. So difficult to park the hole with a backhand. And Silva here gonna be on the right side, not really in putting distance with a slightly sloped green.
Oh yeah, going outside. Oh yeah. Bullseye hit for Eveliina. All the comfort she needs.
Alright, let's see. This is a big putt for Kaidi. Needs it to keep the 3-stroke lead, but that's not gonna be happening. At most a 2-stroke lead, as she still has a bit of a comebacker left. That's a nice birdie from Jenni though.
Yeah, that's clean. She's not that far away from Silva. And she's 5th, so I'm pretty sure Heidi Leine He's packing a really nice round at the moment. It's really tight for the third spot. And a good cleanup for Kaidi under pressure. It's only 5-6 meters, but you need to make those. 2 strokes now. And we can see Evelina's scorecard is pretty clean. Just 1 mistake, 5 birdies out of the last 9 holes, I think. Pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it solid on hole number 14 as well. Another kind of medium length par 4. You don't need a lot of distance off the tee. You just need to hit the gap and get somewhere in the open field. Second shot is almost always an over the trees hyzer if you're a right-handed backhand player. Really rare to see somebody going low through the gap. Basically, it doesn't really matter where you are as long as you get as much distance off the tee as possible and put yourself in the open.
Maybe not too much distance. If you are too close from that big bush, it's pretty hard to go to the basket, I think.
Yeah, true. I think, well, maybe where Jenni is, it's already a little bit difficult. So just short of that is going to be ideal. Unless you can somehow drive it all the way to the gap, which is, I think, pretty rare to see.
Yeah, as Eveliina is making kind of the same distance as Jenni's drive, just more to the right. That's exactly what she needs. She'll be able to attack the basket. And Kaidi will be able to do the same. Good shot, puring the gap.
Let's see Silva. She's had kind of a silent round in a way. I feel like she hasn't had that many highlights as we are used to seeing from her.
Yeah, never in contention to fight, you know, to go back at Kaidi's. A bit too many mistakes, I'd say.
And I think this one pushed a little bit too far forward. She wanted to get earlier to the left. It's a really precise angle that you have to throw to get into the basket. And Silva is actually trying to go relatively low through the gap. Pretty surprising. And Eveliina also with a forehand over the top.
And she's around. I'm not sure if it's a C1 hit.
Yeah, Jenni kind of having that problem of being too far off the tee. If you're on the left side too far, that's what happens. An easy par. It's not really a hole that you see a lot of bogeys on. 66% of the field getting a par on this one. And although there are a few birdies, this is the card that you would kind of expect them on.
Wow. Almost. Eveliina has had some opportunities to get back at Kaidi's. She's really struggling on the second part of the round for even more holes than just half of it. Kaidi needs to find her groove as fast as possible because Eveliina is getting aggressive. She'll probably find some birdies between now and the end of the round.
Yeah, pretty surprising to see. She had such a phenomenal start, Kaidi. But we're moving on to a few holes that you would really like to birdie. Hole number 15, a short par 3, 91 meters. Playing through this bushy tunnel, it's really all about hitting your drive nice and low and straight. You don't want much movement from left to right. Really a nice flat shot that finishes straight is going to be perfect. If you are playing with too much flip, the bushes on the left and right just become so much more dangerous.
and Jenni too much left. She won't be in trouble.
And kind of the opposite from Eveliina being on that right side. Though from there it's usually a pretty simple pitch up to the basket for a par, but I'm sure par is not what she's looking for. And Kaidi here, too understable of a disc for the wind conditions, she's gonna be scrambling from there. And yeah, that was perfect from Silva, trying to get back at the round after a bit of a slow stretch. It looks like Kaidi has not too difficult of an approach here. That's well done. She's going to be fine for the par. And likely not going to be losing a stroke, as Eveliina is pretty far out.
Yeah. We are going to be even after this hole. Still 2 strokes. Oh. And tougher than I thought. Good save from Jenni. Good scramble.
And Silva here with just a short putt for the birdie. That's well done on this hole number 15. Not a very dangerous hole. Once again, 66% of the field getting a par and more birdies than bogeys on this one.
Let's go.
Next up, hole number 16. An absolute must-get for both Kaidi and Eveliina in this situation. 143 meters, an open short par 4. Usually the shorter par 4s on this course are wooded, but this one being very open. You have pretty much nothing in the way from the tee. You can throw it as far as you can and leave yourself with just a short open approach. Only thing making this hole slightly difficult is the slope from right to left on the approach. But some good angle control will take care of that.
Good drive, Silva. All the way up. She will see the basket from there, definitely. Yep. A bit of a shank for Jenni. Too late, too low.
I think showcasing the missing difficulty of this hole, that even Jenni with a bit of a bad release was able to get to a good birdie position. And Eveliina there, big shot. She's gonna have no more than about 30 meters to the basket, showing off that distance that she has.
Yeah, putting a bit of pressure on Kaidi. But as you said, that's definitely not the hardest hole. Kaidi must get this one. It's been 9 or 10 holes without any birdie. It's time to step up.
A little short from Jenni there. She had more distance, maybe about 80 meters left. Significantly more than, for example, Silva here, just having a 55 meter standstill shot. Though not quite parked. I think both Kaidi and Eveliina would love to be much closer than that.
Yes, madam. Bullseye.
Yeah, this is a tough direction to run the putt from, as you have that right to left slope behind the basket. Kind of similar thing for Silva, but she's not the one to lay putts up from 11 meters. That's a good one.
Okay, Kaidi. That's important. I don't know. Pressure is doing something on Kaidi, I'm pretty sure. That's not the kind of putt she was missing on the first 2 rounds, even at the start of this one.
Yeah, for
Low
sure.
and
It
right.
looked kind of quick, like the arm motion looked a little bit tense, kind of going fast, not really following through. I feel like those are the common symptoms when you're a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But still a one-stroke lead. That's, you know, before the tournament, if you would offer any player a one-stroke lead before the last 2 holes, I think they would be very happy. Going into 17, a very birdieable hole once again. This one being fully open, you need to get over these trees with a high shot. Most players going with a flat to hyzer shot, trying to play it on the right side of the basket and drop it down just below this hill. Really, the only difficult part about this hole is, well, judging the distance can be a little bit difficult. Don't leave it too short or go far into the woods, but also that mound makes the putts slightly nervous.
Oh. Was it too low? Not sure, but now we have Eveliina going for the huge hyzer. Okay, some distance to work on. Still 8 meters. Tough putt with the mount.
And that's a nice line there from Jenni. You could see it right out of the hand, hit it in the correct spot. That's gonna be only 4 meters left. Let's see if Kaidi can replicate that. She just saw the perfect line.
Was this a bit short? I'm not sure what line Silva was looking for. So low out of the tee pad. Okay, and Kaidi doesn't want anything to do.
Did it roll a little bit, but not too bad, and that's a crucial comebacker. Eveliina will be still only 1 stroke back, although if she had made the first putt, that would have been amazing. And I'm sure she's a little bit disappointed, but going into the last hole with a 1 stroke deficit, it's not too bad. You can have even 2 stroke swings on the last hole sometimes.
Yeah, Kaidi is definitely under pressure. It's a long one. Eveliina has the advantage with the distance. And it's a par 6. Crazy.
Yeah, par 6, I believe. This might be the first par 6 ever in an Elite Series event. 327 meters. Off the tee you don't want a lot of distance. You want that 70, 80 meters. Just put yourself to the fairway where you have a clear line to the second island. Then on the second shot, cross over the OB, get as much distance as you can. And same thing on the third. Need to get as much distance, get as close to the basket as possible for an easy approach.
And Jenni opening the party with a good shot.
I think looking at the statistics on this hole, 34% of the field getting a birdie here. It's super important that these players can get the birdie. If neither Eveliina or Kaidi will miss the birdie, they are most likely losing a stroke to the other one. So you need to get the birdie on this hole in order to stay competitive.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Eveliina is going to attack for the eagle. She has the distance. And she's starting all this with a good shot out of the box. Same for Kaidi. Good placement.
Yep, both Eveliina and Kaidi in perfect position there. Let's see Silva here. Still going standstill, even with long distance to cover. Pretty surprising to see, but I know she's more comfortable with that. Though that shot left OB and Eveliina trying to rip it as far as she can. As you mentioned, there is a chance to go for that big eagle if you get far enough down there on the second. And I think she might have just a slither of a chance from there.
Yeah, she probably has. Yeah, good one from Jenni. Come on, Kaidi. Looks good. No troubles.
Yep, perfectly on the fairway though. You can really see the distance difference between Eveliina, very powerful player, going full power on that second shot, and Kaidi just putting it with a smooth distance driver shot in the middle of the fairway. Let's see, this is a very important shot to set up, hopefully for a short approach. Trying to get somewhere close to those trees will be quite good.
Yeah, as she does. Good one.
And Jenni just chipping away the distance. This is the really important shot. Eveliina, does she go right side of those trees or left? She's trying to go right. And that's a great line, although looks like she's fading out a little bit early. Yeah, that's going to be within putting distance, but a really tricky putt from that edge of the OB line.
Yeah, it was definitely close from the line. Okay, so Kaidi is in position to play an easy birdie from right side. Maybe 30 meters from the basket, and Eveliina has a chance to... Oh, close.
Yeah, not really runnable from here. Just trying to put it under the basket, and that will be good for the birdie. And now Eveliina. This is a putt from 12 meters. She basically has to make this in order to get that one stroke from Kaidi. And look at that insane finish with an eagle on the last hole. And outside the circle, just watch this. Perfect nose-up angle with a low ceiling. Even catching a bit of the leaf. And she has made it. That must be one of the top moments of her career on the final hole.
Man, she's not comfortable on the green, but this one was clutch. It was the right moment to make this happen. What a putt. And now Kaidi just needs to... Yeah, please, no major mistakes now. Oh.
To push the playoff. And that's gonna be good. We are gonna have a playoff on the first Elite Series event of the season in Europe. How exciting is that?
Crazy. And very important, but Eveliina didn't lead any time on the first 54 holes.
Between Kaidi Allsalu and Eveliina Salonen, both 16 under
All the
par.
way
The first
behind.
on hole 7 for the sudden death is
And Kaidi all the way in the lead. We are going to play hole 7. The island hole.
It's pretty much a must birdie in this situation. Kaidi, this is a little bit low though. Does she make it onto the island? I'm not sure. Looks like she's gonna be OB.
Eveliina Salonen.
Elias, I think Eveliina just needs to make this, to put the disc into the island, and it's over, almost. And it looks good.
No, she's gonna be long OB. What a huge mistake in this situation where everything she had to do was get it in bounds. And Kaidi laying up from the drop zone. I would expect Eveliina to do the same. Let's see. No, she's running it, almost making it. Wow.
Hey, yo! Amazing try. Just a bit too low.
Wow, I have huge respect for Eveliina after all of the putting struggles that she has gone through, to be able to have such confidence even on a dangerous green. Now we're on hole number 15. I just saw it being played about 10 minutes ago. This is a little bit left, but within putting distance,
Okay.
just outside the circle.
Yeah, she has a look. Pressure on Kaidi. Oh, and that looks amazing. Good shot from Kaidi. 7-8 meters.
And let's see, Eveliina. Is she going with the stepper again? Similar stepper to on the last hole, and look at that! She has made another putt from outside the circle. What are we watching right now? And Kaidi unfortunately missing.
Crazy.
Yeah, insane finish.
Okay, everybody, after a very exciting end, please give a big applause for the winner of the first DGPT Europe Copenhagen Open from Finland, Eveliina Salonen.
Major switch. 9 strokes after the first hole. What a comeback.
Wow, that might be the best finish I have seen in any European tournament ever. Imagine that, hitting a huge putt on the final hole, then having the chance to close it on the first playoff hole, not being able to walk through that open door, and then on the second hole just hitting a great putt from circle 2 again. Wow, that was so exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks Max for doing commentary with me. It was good fun.
Thank you, Elias. It was exciting. Thank you for watching. It was amazing to witness all this. And we'll see you guys on the MPO coverage.